your life is crazy busy and you don't have a therapist. So, like, when are you supposed to process all this?
Yeah.
Because I hate to say it, but the podcast doesn't count. Do you have a tagline?
Not at all.
Okay, I think I can wing it.
Okay.
Hello, friends.
Hello, friends.
And welcome back to another episode of Pickles and Vodka, the mental health podcast where you tell us about our relationships.
Ooh.
I'm Christina.
And I'm Lauren.
And we're back to weekly recording.
Yay!
It's so fun.
I know you miss us.
Yeah, I know. Everyone's just like falling all over themselves.
Yep. They're like, I don't know what to do with myself without my weekly dose of pickles and vodka.
I mean, we joke, but that's how I feel about a few other podcasts.
That's true. Especially, yeah, like if they need to take a break, but it's not announced, it's like things happen. Then I'm like, where is it?
How dare you have work-life balance?
Right.
What other podcasts do you listen to?
I don't listen to any regularly right now, I'd say. It always depends on my work situation. Like, I've had jobs where, I'm just doing mindless work, and then I'm listening to podcasts all day.
Ooh, yeah, those binge days.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. Well, do you want to do where you're at first, or do you want me to go first, since you have kind of...
Yeah, how about you go first this time?
Yeah.
Christina, where are you at?
Oh, I thought you'd never ask. Well, my sister Caroline has moved in as of a few hours ago.
Oh, wow.
She's literally like unpacking her room as we speak. I told her that this is great for me because now I have a reserve co-host available, like a live-in reserve co-host if I need it, / guest. I mean, honestly, it couldn't have come at the better time because I was starting to really get...
Well, stuff we talked about with you last week, that it's just being alone there was tough.
Yeah, it got to the point where, like, even the stuff I was doing out of boredom, like, wasn't doing anything for me, like, and I just felt like I was rotting.
Oh.
And I think there's, like, two types of people, and they are, what's the word, exemplified by me and my sister.
Mm-hmm.
Because she is the kind of person who gets into a new city, and she just immediately starts, well, she usually has a job that's
okay.
In person. And she's the kind of person who likes to go out and date and stuff. And then me, I get to a new city and eventually I go out. But for the first few months, I'm like stagnant.
Yep.
I'm like frozen.
I'm definitely more you.
Yeah.
I can tell.
Yeah. So I've been dealing with that, which is frustrating because I feel like I'm ready for my life to start.
Yeah. I mean, that was part of why you're excited about moving there.
Yeah, I'm just a very impatient person generally, and so if I can't be really happy and settled right away, or if I can't be really good at something right away, I just get really depressed and often just give up.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe an ADHD thing.
So I understand all these things.
One thing that happened that I'm proud of, but it's slightly embarrassing, is I fixed up my car. The reason I fixed it up is because it was randomly dying when it was idling.
Oh, okay.
And I took it in for an oil change, like 6 months past due. And they said all of the filters were so clogged. Like, that's what was probably making it die. And, like, they had to replace every single filter. And it was really expensive.
Like, I've been late, but I know you said 6 months past due, and I was like, whoa.
I know, that's why it's embarrassing. Like, I'm admitting to the internet that I do not take care of my car.
But I mean, I feel like I'm like regularly 3 months past due. So, these things, they sneak up on you, and then where do you fit them in? It's tough.
It is tough. And I get so anxious anytime I have to take in my car for anything.
Mm-hmm. I understand that.
A special kind of anxiety.
I mean, I think I've talked in the past about, since I've been leasing cars, and both times how I've talked them into like so much lower, but it's the biggest stress. And I'm just kind of like, I feel like I need to like go in my car and throw up after I've successfully negotiated, but I just,
yeah,
I could barely make it.
Oh my God. Speaking of negotiating, I guess I'll say it here for accountability. I need to ask for a raise.
Oh. Yes.
And I don't know how because I've never done it in my life. And I'm really scared about it. And I said I would do it by Monday, and it is now Friday.
I think, yeah, setting a deadline and keeping
Sticking
to
it,
yes, is
like I didn't
definitely
do.
a good thing. I feel bad that I cannot give you, I would love to have like lots of advice for you, but I remember, what was it, maybe like 3 years ago when I was going through that same thing?
Oh, yeah.
And I kept putting it off, and it was like, and I felt like once I finally felt really confident, like I have all my arguments, I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to set this deadline and I'm going to stick to it. And it was like by the end of the week, I was like, I am going to. And that was the time when then like first thing Monday morning, my boss comes into my office and like shuts the door, and he's like, I think we're underpaying you. And I was like, yeah. I was going to say that.
Wow, that's so fortuitous.
I know. So,
you didn't even have to ask.
So I don't know. I mean, maybe my only advice is just like if you like really put your efforts into why, then the universe will just work out for you.
Sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on that. But yeah, I do think setting a hard and fast deadline for yourself is a really good idea.
Hard and fast. That's how we operate on pickles and vodka.
That's right.
Speaking of which, Lauren, where are you at?
So, we talked about this briefly. I had wanted, we received some voicemails, which Christina shared with me a couple days ago. And she was going to ask, where are you at? And I was going to say, would you mind playing those voicemails first?
Yeah, but then I ruined the surprise by texting her because if we do play anything, I have to like edit it beforehand and post and upload it to the drive. So,
I was concerned about my idea there, as I was like, she might not be ready to do that. So maybe I should give her some heads up.
I mean, yeah, we would have just had to put it in and post. So.
Like I was just going to say something like, be ready to play the voicemails and not tell you not tell you that I was going to do it this way.
But yeah, we got this voicemail from listener Sarah. I think it's okay to say her name.
I think so.
I'm gonna email the link to you.
Okay.
Da, da, da.
Do you still have the elevator music?
I sent a blank email.
Okay, so I'll get several emails.
I sent her an email with the subject VM, and then it's just a blank email. Oh my god, this is crazy.
My blank ones come through. Waiting for the real one. There it is. What?
Oh no, what does it say?
Messages like this one were used to steal personal information.
Oh, just disregard that.
Oh wait, maybe if I say look safe. It does. It came from you. Of course it looks safe.
What are they saying about me?
Exactly. She's not dangerous. Okay, now I'm ready.
Not dangerous to anyone but myself. All right. 3, 2, 1, play.
Hi, Chris and Lauren. I'm Sarah, longtime listener, first-time note leaver. I'm going to try and respond to the polls in the future. I've never done that, and I always think, now's the time, and I never do. But I am so in my feelings about the dog saga that I just have to finally reach out to you guys. Firstly, all my condolences to Lauren. What happened to Pico is just heartbreaking. My dog is the main pillar of my mental health, and I can't imagine going through that kind of trauma on top of the pain of losing an animal. But what I really want to get to is, I thought the basis was supposed to rehome the dog. Literally every new episode I say to myself, this has to be the week he rehomes the dog, and he never rehomes the dog. I think if the vet said that the dog had to be put down from his seizure episode, the basis would lose his chance to do right by you on this. I know you don't want to tell him what to do, but you shouldn't have to. Him keeping the dog seems to be keeping your trauma really fresh, and personally, it would keep me on edge knowing this dog is in his home and can be dangerous, even without you going there. And I know it's a shitty situation, and like maybe your area doesn't have a specialized shelter for dogs like these, and he might have to be euthanized, but this could actually be the start of like the dog's behavior getting worse as he's getting older and losing some of his cognitive abilities. I think the basis gave him a good life for as long as he could, but this isn't something most people are equipped to deal with. I just want to see him prioritize your trauma in this situation more than it seems like he is right now. And I don't think it means he's like, a bad guy or anything. I just think he's probably a little bit clueless about this. Basically, I mostly want to just validate all the feelings you've expressed recently because they've all been so valid. I love you guys. Thank you so much for doing what you do. Bye.
Oh my god. I was nodding along the entire way.
Yeah, I've listened to this twice now, and so this time I actually was taking notes to make sure I talked about everything that I wanted to.
The floor is yours.
First of all, obviously, this has just been a struggle in general with me, particularly lately for some reason. I mean, my theory on that is just because some of this stuff is cyclical. You know, you go through grief and it's not like a straight line. I think everybody knows that. And also, since listening to this, I have been thinking so much about the word retraumatization. That's what really stuck out to me, because that really described like how it has been lately. And that was one thing that we talked about last week, where I said I did have, some conversations about how it was affecting me, and before I was just avoiding those by avoiding everything. I was, just kind of like, okay, we don't talk about this dog. I don't see him. And so I don't have to also tell you about the little things that just kind of like take me off guard. Like when I hear his name and it just is like, So I don't know. Since that's, kind of a new thing that I just did last week, then it's like, I don't know if that will open doors up to more, and he might be willing to listen to more of like what was shared in this voicemail.
You texted me like, what if I played it for him?
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah, because that's what I thought is just kind of like, I think because we weren't talking about it, then maybe, like he was obviously aware, because I'm still not going to go over there, that it's like I'm not comfortable with that. But I don't think he maybe realized like just on a day to day how much it affects me, just that this situation still exists.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty big red flag if your girlfriend doesn't want to come over because, God forbid, she doesn't want to, like, witness the murder scene and flashbacks and the re-traumatization every single time. Like, I would want my place to be somewhere where my partner could feel safe,
Yeah. And it's interesting, I didn't share this, I think, when we had that one conversation. Apparently, he has made some moves towards that, because towards like making me more comfortable there, just obviously not like the hugest one, but he told me, he was like, you don't know this, but after that happened, I ripped up all the carpet in the living room and completely like redid the floors, because that's,
Yeah.
that's just what we came in and saw was the evidence there. And it's just like, I didn't want you to have to, face that again. And the couch
I'm sure he
is
doesn't
different.
like to remember that his dog killed someone.
Yeah, I was like, I imagine it was for him too. But yeah, unfortunately, the biggest one is that dog is still there.
Yeah.
Like, one thing I was thinking about it too is when it happened, then I feel like the relationship was still fairly new then. I mean, this was back in March. We'd been together, like 4 months at that point?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, so I think at that point, if I felt like my decision was not to break it off, and I didn't want to because he didn't kill my dog, his dog did.
Of course.
Yeah, it wasn't him. Then I also felt, like when things are brand new, you're still kind of like tiptoeing around each other a little bit. So, I shared what I wanted, but I wasn't going to be on him every day or be like, like, this is an ultimatum, me or the dog.
Well, again, like Sarah said, you shouldn't have to, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think, that's what I think of, is like that new and everything, then that feels like a lot scarier.
Yeah.
Where now, I mean, we've been together almost a year, so the relationship itself feels more like solid and secure. But then on the other hand, I feel like there's the time factor, because now, he just hasn't done anything about it in this long. So...
Yeah, I feel like it's been almost longer than you were together that it's happened.
At least equal, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, another thing Sarah did say was like, this is beyond what most people can handle. And I think that also includes like relationships, like romantic partners, like especially when you haven't even been together a year, like this is a huge trauma to go through together. And when, like you said, you hadn't even basically let him in all the way yet. And then this happens. So like the situation is very, abnormal.
Yeah.
Also, like, there's no blueprint for you to follow.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's very true. And the other thing that she said, which, I don't know if I've talked about, I probably have at some point, but, it is always a concern of mine. And I don't know how to bring this up, mainly because I think we've talked about this, how you let things, like, you put a lid on things for a long time, and then you're afraid, like, I've lost the ability to have this conversation rationally.
Yes.
I'm going to start talking, and I'm just going to explode. And that's what it feels like when I think of, her talking about, like, that the dog is old. He doesn't know the dog's whole history. He said he got him when he was, like, 8 years old or something like that. This could just be a sign of where this dog is at now. Now we know he is capable of snapping. And I said, like, one thing that I've always been concerned about is, before this happened, like, he shared a video of me once of his mom playing with his dog. His mom has just turned 95. She's had 2 strokes in the past, like, 5 years or something. Holy like shit. That. Yeah, I mean, she's old. She lives in assisted living. She walks with a walker. And that's what I think of is, like, in her mind is starting to go. So, right. He could be thinking, like, oh, she's, not going to do anything bad to an animal ever. And, and I think, like, he's always been good with her. Okay, but what if she does something out of character and, she sees him do something and is like, oh, that's a bad dog. And she, like, swats at him and the dog snaps again. And like, he'll kill her.
Or the dog just snaps because, like, his mind is going too, potentially.
Right.
Anything. Like, the same thing applies to people and animals when their mind starts going. Like, they're erratic. They're often aggressive.
Yeah, it makes me think, like, she could easily do something that the dog doesn't like and, normally would tolerate, but doesn't now that he's old. Or the dog could just snap for no reason. And
there's so many scenarios that could play out, none of which are good. Like, what's the best case scenario? He just dies of old age and you spend months not going to your boyfriend's house.
Yes, exactly.
And having this be between y'all for, like, months, even years, God forbid, like, that's what's gonna happen if nothing happens.
Yeah.
And I don't want anything to happen, like, violent, but...
I know, like, that scares me because that's what I almost feel like, too, is it seems like maybe... I don't want to put words in his mouth, but it does seem, like maybe he thinks like it was a horrible thing, but it was a one-time thing. And it's just kind of like, that's not something that I feel necessarily can be a one-time thing. Like, do you need to wait until he attacks someone else before you decide, okay, maybe this is a problem?
This is crazy because, like, as you were talking about that, I immediately thought of rock bottom. Like, the concept of rock bottom and how you're always, like, I literally journaled about this last night. I wrote, I'm also scared that rock bottom just doesn't exist for me, that I'll just stay miserable for years/decades, only to realize at the end that I was waiting for something to be a wake-up call, the lowest of lows, while lots of little wake-up calls went ignored. And that's so applicable to what we're talking about.
Exactly. I agree completely. Yeah.
Holy shit. I mean, I know that you were kind of joking when you said you were going to, like, show him the voicemail, but...
only partly.
I mean, I just really appreciate how blunt she was. Because sometimes you need the opinion of someone who's removed from the situation.
Well, that was one of the reasons. Yeah, I seriously thought of that.
Yeah, we all have parasocial relationships going on to some extent, but... I think that would be valuable for him to hear from a stranger.
Sorry if you just got a little noise on the microphone. Taco just nosed it.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Okay. There was a little bump.
I'd like to let you know that I finally uploaded his picture to Instagram like less than an hour before recording. We did it. But yeah, how did you feel like when you got that voicemail? Because at first I was like, oh shit, I don't know if this will make her upset or like what.
No, I mean, definitely not. And like I said, I think the main thing that stood out to me is that word like retraumatizing. And I just thought about that so much and how that really is like what has been happening. Like, I don't think I even realized. So, I mean, that in itself was kind of validating that it's like, I'm not just stuck on this. Like, why can't you get over it?
Because you're being re-traumatized. You're being prevented from healing.
Yeah. And it's silly because I've said these things that should have made it obvious, but it wasn't until I heard that because, like something I still very sporadically see my dietitian because I've been horrible at trying to find a new therapist.
It's okay. I'm in the same boat with you now.
Yeah, but I told her that at a recent appointment where I was just like, yeah, because every time I hear his name, that dog's name, or God forbid, like once it was an accident, but I happened to have to like see him at the door.
Yeah.
Then I was just like, my brain just instantly shows me Pico's body.
That's traumatizing as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
That is not only keeping you from healing, but it's like making it worse. It's like digging at a fresh wound.
Yeah.
I mean, that's awful.
And I'm struggling with that right now too, because Mr. Taco Bell Grande here has
Taco Bell Grande. I love that.
He has, I don't know if, like when he's become comfortable, he's gotten into, does he
need to go out? We can take a little break.
He's been out like 40 times. I'm going to try and give him a treat that keeps him occupied for 15 minutes.
Cool.
All right, give me a minute.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Taco Bell Grande.
Okay, he should be good for 10, 15 minutes.
All right, perfect.
But yeah, there's just, and obviously every dog's going to be different, but there's things like, I feel like he started barking at some things more. I feel like he might have some major separation anxiety and it didn't show up until he became more comfortable with me. And now he is like, I don't want you to go.
Oh.
Well, yes, I know. It's all sweet, but I think what's been hard with it is that that's so different and it's like an extra stress to deal with and it's things I'm not used to. There's so many times I feel like in the past couple of weeks that I'm just kind of like, I'd rather just have my old dog back.
Of course. That makes total sense. I mean, anytime you get a new pet, it's a new member of your family. Like, it's a new body in your household. It's a lot of change, even under the best of circumstances,
Yeah, I mean, I try to remind myself, like, one thing, when I first got Pico, then my good friends that I hung out with, like, all the time, they had gotten this super cute, super loving little dog, and, at this point, they'd had him, like, 7 years. I'd watched him so many times, I was always over there, totally love this dog, and that was something I was actually worried about, is I was like, what if I don't love my own dog as much as my friends?
And that was Pico.
Exactly. And it was like, of course, like once he'd been there for a little while, I was like, no, I love nothing more in this entire planet. Who am I kidding?
Well, with that said, it is stressful. You are going through so much right now. I'm just going to validate that again. Like, you have a new dog. You have all the stuff going on with your boyfriend's dog. You have work. Mm-hmm. You have this podcast. You're in a band. You have aerials. Like, your life is crazy busy and you don't have a therapist. So, like, when are you supposed to process all this?
Yeah.
Because I hate to say it, but the podcast doesn't count.
No. It's helpful, but it's not a substitute. Yeah.
Right. So just like give yourself a little bit of grace because you're going through it.
Yeah.
But with that said, like, are you just going to like sit on that voicemail for another week, see how you feel? Or like, do you have
I mean, probably because that's me.
Yeah. No judgment.
But yeah, I mean, that is like, I am giving that serious consideration. Like, it was stated very well.
Agreed.
And like you said, I thought that coming from kind of like a neutral third party, it's not even, like one of my friends who, like, oh, I've been Lauren's friend for 20 years, so of course I'm going to side with her. You should listen to me. Yeah, it's just something like, I've been hearing this story and here's how I see it.
Yeah. I mean, I know he doesn't want to hit rock bottom with that dog.
Mm-hmm.
But that's, at this point, that's what it's not going to end up happy for the dog. For sure. And potentially it's going to end up unhappy for a lot of other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a situation I never thought I'd find myself in.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's almost funny if it weren't so traumatic.
Right.
Thank you, Sarah, for sending that. I will message you to see if you want me to send you a sticker.
They're pretty sweet.
They are pretty sweet. I'm not gonna lie.
I really need to go around and put some up around St. Louis.
Would you like a palate cleanser?
That'd be lovely.
All right. I have this one that is I can guess your exact birth date by which of these polarizing foods you like.
Oh, God. Does everybody that was born on August 9th hate onions more than anything in the planet?
Well, we're about to find out,
Okay.
baby. And after this, I will have no more bookmarked quizzes, so we need to find more.
Yeah, I just thought when you did that, I was like, maybe I should try and find some more Mad Libs.
Oh, I love Mad Libs. Can we do Mad Libs next week?
Okay, I will make a note to find some more Mad Libs.
Yes, people liked those. All right, I'll read the introduction. This is by Caroline Cahill.
I would have said Cahill.
Cahill, I don't know how you say it. There are some foods that people either really love or really hate. Whether or not you like these 12 polarizing foods will not only tell us your food preferences, but also the exact date you were born. Take this quiz to find out if we get it right.
Okay, here's what a math dork I am. When they said
Okay.
12 foods, I instantly was like, hang on. Can 12 foods create enough combinations between yes and no to even cover all the birth dates?
No.
I think so.
Oh, I don't know. I said no without knowing what I was talking about. I'm not a math person. So I guess they just give you a series of foods and they ask if you like it and then you hit yes or no. Simple.
Okay.
So the first one is, do you like blue cheese?
First one is already tough because I don't hate it. So I guess yes. Definitely not their yes with an exclamation point. It wouldn't be my, top choice or anything.
But you'll eat it. It doesn't
But
repulse
I
you.
don't. I don't hate it.
I'm going to hit no.
Okay.
Hard no. The second one, what is it?
Oh, this one is even more interesting because it's, do you like olives?
Absolutely.
That is my answer too, but the interesting thing is I would say absolutely not until I was like maybe late 20s. I just had this weird flip where one day I was like, I'm craving an olive, and suddenly I loved them.
Kind of similar for me too, honestly.
But I'm like, does that mean my birthday changed?
Listen, we aren't supposed to question the methods.
Okay.
All right. Do you like candy corn? I'm going to put yup.
Funny enough, no. But I like the candy pumpkins.
Oh, bleh. I'm tongue-tied. That's how good they are.
Yeah. Yes.
It's almost that time.
Do you like mushrooms? Yes.
We should start reading the options because they're different
Oh
for
yeah,
each
that's
food.
true. This one is love or not a fan.
Love mushroom. Love a shroom in all forms. Oh, it's my turn.
Yep.
Do you like black licorice? Yes, it's so good. Or keep it away.
This is a polarizing one that I don't have strong feelings on either. But the ones they are picturing, I feel are pointless. So I'm going to say keep it away.
I'm going to say keep it away. I don't like black licorice. I like cherry licorice.
Me too. And I don't mind, black licorice is supposed to be a similar flavor to black jelly beans, which I like.
I don't think I like those either.
It's a commonly hated thing, but the ones they're showing, I feel like just kind of tastes like not good and kind of just like dull plastic.
Yeah, they do look kind of plastic, don't they? Too bad listeners can't see.
Yeah. Okay. Do you like ketchup? Of course. No way. I say of course.
Oh my god, especially sriracha ketchup.
Ooh, yeah.
That fry looks really good. Do you like cilantro? Definitely. Or are you serious? Well, that was uncalled for. Even if you're one of those people that think, actually, I think my sister, it tastes like soap to her.
Okay.
Like,
a couple of my coworkers are people that think it tastes like soap.
that's crazy, but I love it.
And it's
pile
funny,
that shit on.
we talked about it recently because one of my coworkers said, I'm one of the people that thinks it tastes like soap, but I also kind of like it on stuff.
Hey, to each their own.
Right. I am not, so I'll go with definitely because, yeah, I'm not one of the people that cracks out over it, but I like it.
Have you seen the movie Sense 8?
No.
Oh, that might not even be the name. It's about this disease that strikes the world and it slowly takes away all your senses one by one.
Ooh.
So the first stage of the illness is they lose their sense of taste. And so there's a scene of this couple in the bathtub and they're eating bars of soap because they can't taste it. I just thought I should mention that.
Like, if I lost my sense of taste, that's not the first thing I'd do. I'd be like, cool, let's eat soap because it doesn't taste like anything.
Again, to each their own. Maybe some people are into that.
Okay. Do you like yogurt? That's an easy yes. That's a hard no. That's an easy yes.
Yeah, I love a good plant-based yogurt. Greek yogurt. Oh my God, I like to get the plant-based Greek lemon yogurt and put frozen blueberries in it.
Ooh, lemon yogurt is my favorite. So
Me
I need to start
too!
doing that too, because that sounds amazing.
Okay, why is this next one polarizing? Do you like white chocolate? I'm into it, or not my taste.
Oh, it is definitely polarizing. There's a lot of people that are like offended by the fact that white chocolate exists because it's like an offense to real chocolate.
Well, I know it's technically not chocolate.
No, but I think like as long as I know what I'm getting, I'm fine with either one. So I'm into it.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Do you like eggplant? Just yay, nay.
Yay. I'm a recent eggplant convert.
I've almost never had eggplant. I can't even think of the taste, but I know I've had it a couple times and it hasn't stuck in my mind enough for me to hate it. So I'll go with yay. I'm like, I definitely ate it.
Ooh, this next one's one of my favorite flavors. Do you like coconut? Yes or disgusted look?
Yes.
I am coconut and chocolate god tier combination.
And this was another one, like, I hated it as a kid, I think because I hated the texture of raw shredded coconut.
Oh, I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, once I learned, like, the flavor's amazing, then I was like, alright, I'll get over that part. Do you like sushi? Obsessed? No, no, no.
Obsessed.
Obsessed.
Oh.
Interesting.
Okay, so when is your actual birthday?
The 9th.
And what did you get?
The 10th.
I got the 10th too!
Oh, weird!
My birthday's on the 17th. Do you want to read the description?
Sure. Born on the 10th, you are a natural leader with an adventurous spirit. How independent and courageous you are never fails to impress those around you.
Wow.
I don't know that I agree with that description at all, but they almost got my birthday right.
The top comment says, does anyone else not even care about the results? I just want to pick between foods.
That's probably true.
Well...
Yeah, I bet if they included that you hate onions, then that would have bumped me down to the 9th.
I know, we never did get onions. That's the show. But we have a lot to think about this week.
Mm-hmm.
Next week, we're definitely doing a Mad Libs. Maybe we'll have a guest. Who knows?
Here comes Taco clicking on the floor.
Bye, Taco. And goodbye, friends.
Goodbye.
Until next time. Mm-hmm. Why do we sound so sad?
Bye!
Bye! If you like what you heard, tell a friend about the podcast. You can send them to picklesandvodka.substack.com, where they can listen to our entire catalog and find our newest merch. We love hearing from our listeners, so leave us a voice message at speakpipe.com/picklesandvodka. My personal Instagram is at xtinajumper, and Lauren's is at Lauren3_AFH. We'll see you next week.